Hello everyone, my name is Pedro Lescano. I have created this YouTube presentation which is based on intellectual property issues. To be more specific, the topic is called Hackers Using Reverse Engineering on Software Products, and we'll be talking about the ethical and non-ethical actions that are created when using reverse engineering on software products, and I will test them using the ACM Code of Ethics 1.5, which is to honor property rights including copyrights and patents. Now, you might already know everything that can be able to know about reverse engineering, or you probably have just heard about it here and there and still have some doubts on what it really is, or you might not have the slightest clue about what reverse engineering is. So before we get into the ethical or non-ethical actions that reverse engineering brings, I will try my best to give you an understanding about what reverse engineering is all about, so that then viewers of all levels can know what I am referring to every time I mention reverse engineering. As stated by Google, the definition of reverse engineering is the reproduction of another manufacturer's product following detailed examination of its construction or composition. So basically, what it is saying is that reverse engineering is taking apart a product to see how it works in order to duplicate or enhance the product. Doing this can be advantageous to some, or it can be disadvantageous to others. Some hackers, for example, use reverse engineering to find weak points of programs which they can exploit, while other hackers, on the other hand, use reverse engineering to locate weak points with the intention of strengthening the defenses there. I'll tell you why and how it is ethical or non-ethical depending on how it is done. The advantageous part about this is that, let's say that a company called Aces has created a software product and they have all of a sudden taken the lead in the market against their rivals. Now, by using reverse engineering on that product, any of the rival companies can be able to know how that product was created and what makes it operate. Therefore, the rival companies will be able to create a product of their own that can easily give the Aces company a run for their shares and possibly put themselves in first place and are now the leading software production company in the market. This is perfectly ethical. Software companies with competing products reverse engineer their competitors' programs to find out where and how improvements can be made on their own products. Some companies use reverse engineering when they don't have similar products yet to be able to create products of their own. Those who intend to build their own products based on an existing one often prefer reverse engineering over creating from scratch because once the parts and the dependencies are identified, the process of reconstructing tends to be much easier. But what about if the company called Aces had patents on the product that will protect them and legally avoid that the code that they took their time and effort on creating to make this product work is duplicated? Then the rival companies would be facing legal charges based on the code that they used and whether or not it is duplicate of a patented product which doesn't allow others to duplicate its code. This is extremely non-ethical. With that being said, reverse engineering of software faces considerable legal challenges due to enforcement of anti-reverse engineering licensing provisions and the prohibition of the circumvention of technologies embedded within protection measures. We can take into account that this scientific method called reverse engineering has already been taken highly into consideration because of all kinds of illegal activities such as stealing or duplicating without permission and exploiting. This is great. I would never want to be hacked by someone who had access to my code and who has simply used the scientific method of reverse engineering to do so. I believe that hackers shouldn't be able to have access to any kind of copyrighted material. But then again, what is that? What is what they do? That is what they do. They hack into systems and programs all day long, so they are bound to get it one way or another. As long as they aren't traceable, they will get away with it. But for the professionals, as stated by the ACM Code of Ethics, honesty is an essential component of trust. Without trust, an organization cannot function effectively. The honest computing professional will not make deliberately false or deceptive claims about a system or system design, but will instead provide full disclosure of all pertinent system limitations and problems. A computer professional has a duty to be honest about his or her own qualifications and about any circumstances that might lead to conflicts of interest. Clearly, you have to follow these. Clearly, you can follow this code with all due respect. It is very simple and professional to do so, and you wouldn't want someone to steal your copyrighted material one day. In the United States, even if an artifact or process is protected by trade secrets, reverse engineering the artifact or process is often lawful as long as it is obtained legitimately, not illegally, or behind a person's back. Patents, on the other hand, need a public disclosure of an invention, and therefore patented items do not necessarily have to be reverse engineered to be studied. However, an item produced under one or more patents could also include other technology that is not patented and not disclosed. A solution to this problem can be that one stated by Wikipedia, which goes as follows. One common motivation of reverse engineering is to determine whether a competitor's product contains patent infringements or copyright infringements. Thank you for watching my YouTube presentation. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot about reverse engineering, its pros and cons, and its ethical and non-ethical values. Thank you very much and have a nice day.